Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Hooked on Houseplants. My name is Darlena, aka Chula, and welcome. Okay, so how to make your plants not just survive, but to truly thrive. Now, I don't think that I need to say that I'm not an expert. So take what you can use and ignore the rest. These are just things that have helped me on my plant journey that I would like to share with you. They all start with an R, so they'll be really easy to remember. Number one, realistic. Be realistic. If you know that you are a newbie in the plant world, do not run out and get a queen anthurium or some other difficult plant. You will be more than likely setting yourself up for failure. Or you might do okay. I mean, who am I to say? But 9 times out of 10, it probably won't end too well for you. Um, that's like asking a 1-year-old child to do an algebra problem. Okay. So if you're a beginner, there is nothing wrong with starting with a beginner plant or an easier plant like a pothos. And there's nothing wrong with pothos. Pothos, they are affordable. I mean, who does not want an affordable plant? They are very forgiving. Okay, they're very forgiving. You could miss a watering or two and they won't just drop dead on you. And they look good. I mean, they're beautiful plants. So there's nothing wrong with starting off small. That's just like a child. A child is not going to just, or a baby is not just going to get up and start running. You know, they have to start off by learning to crawl, then they learn to walk, and then they run. So it's a process. And it's the same way when it comes to plants. So start off small, be realistic, realize that you're just starting out. And as you gain more experience, of course, the more experience you have, the more, I guess, complicated or more difficult plants you'll be prepared to take care of. Okay? So start off small so you don't get discouraged and so that queen anthurium does not croak on you and then you'll want to give up in your plant journey. Okay? So point number 2, do your research. Research. Don't just wing it. Okay, don't. If there's a specific plant that you know that you want and you've never had this plant before and you don't know how to take care of it, please do your research. Whether that be watching YouTube videos. Now, you do have to be careful with that because not everyone's environment is the same. Not everyone's growing conditions are the same. So what works for one person may not necessarily work for you, but just take what you can use. There's also Google. I mean, you can Google anything nowadays, anything, okay? Um, or go to the library. Does anybody go to the library anymore and just get a library book? So the point is just do your research. Find out if there are certain conditions that the plant requires to thrive, if there's what's their preferred substrate, how to fertilize the plant, and see what else. If they require higher humidity than other plants, or if they are prone to pests. Let me repeat. You want to know if they are prone to pests because some plants are spider mite magnets, like alocasia. Okay, so if you know that going in, then you'll know to look out for those things and do things to prevent spider mite parties on your plants. Okay. So don't just get the plant and hope for the best. Okay, don't wing it. Do your research, please. Okay. So number 3 is respect. RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Okay, not okay. Anyway, respect the fact that some plants require certain growing conditions. Respect that. Don't go out and buy a certain type of calathea or a certain type of begonia that requires higher humidity, knowing good and well that in your environment you only got 10% humidity. It's like, why would you do that? And then when your plant is a crispy hot mess, then you looking around crazy and asking, well, what happened? I don't know what happened. You know what happened, okay? So that's why you need to respect the fact that not all plants do well in all environments. So you want to get plants that you know are going to do well in your environment. Or also, when it comes to space, respect the fact that some plants more than likely are going to get huge. I myself am guilty of this, okay? Don't run out and get 10 and 15 philodendron that you know are going to be huge in the next year or so, because then you're going to be frustrated because you're not going to have enough space. So respect those things. Respect the fact that some plants need to grow in certain conditions, and also respect the fact that your space may not be adequate for the type of plants that you are choosing. Okay. So the next, I think, is number 4, routine. Be consistent. Try your hardest to be consistent. And I know that this can be difficult because we have families. Some of us have younger children that we're caring for. Some of us work full-time jobs. We get sick. Life happens. Like y'all say, life be lifing. It really does. And so it can be hard to be consistent. But that's kind of where having a more manageable collection comes into play. But that is a theme for another day. Okay? But anyway, try to get into the habit of caring for your plants consistently. For example, there is a saying that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So what that means is, if you can prevent something from happening, by all means do it. Okay? Clean your plants. Before you water your plants, check them. Get into the habit or the routine of checking your plants. Check the top of the leaf, the bottom of the leaf, the stems, the petioles. Check them for pests. A lot of times people will have this big outbreak in their collection, and it could possibly have been prevented if you just check your plants really well. Every time you water them, check your plants. Look at the leaves to see what's going on, and then clean the leaves. I cannot emphasize this enough. I'm going to insert a short that I did. Actually, I've done 2 about the importance of cleaning your plants off. Some people use feather dusters, some people use a damp cloth. I myself, if I can lift the plant, I am going to take it inside and put it in my shower, and I'll wash the top of the leaves and the bottom of the leaves. Try to do this as early in the morning as possible, because if your plants are like in a patio set up like mine, I want to make sure that they're dry before the temperature drops, because I don't want them to still be damp when it gets colder, because that can bring on a whole nother set of problems. But clean the leaves off. I have never, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that I have never had thrips in my collection, and I have had plants for about 4 years now. I have had mealybugs, but the mealybugs that I had, they came in on a plant that I purchased, and I just cut the plant back and I took it out the soil and put it in fresh soil, because I didn't want to deal with a possible outbreak. But I can't help but to feel that washing my plants off on a regular basis has really helped to keep the pests down. And sometimes, even if you are very careful and very diligent in your care, you may still have pests, but they will be reduced significantly if you pay attention to them and make sure you clean the leaves off. Also, watering them on time, not stressing them out by going too long watering them, and then you water them finally and then they get dry rot, because at that point the roots are so dry that they can't absorb the water and they rot. Make sure you fertilize regularly. Some people like to use fish tank water, whatever. Fertilize your plants, because they can truly benefit from those extra nutrients. And also use preventatives. Some people don't like to use certain preventatives like the systemic granules. I use those. I have used those as a preventative method, especially when I bring in new plants. I like to use the Bonide granules that you put in the soil, just in case if there's anything in there, it will kill it off. Some people like to use beneficial bugs. I have used those as well. Whatever you can do to prevent your plants from getting a pest or some type of infestation, by all means do it if you can. Okay. And by the way, when I have used those things, I have not used them all at the same time, because obviously you don't want to be killing off the beneficial bugs. You don't want to kill those because you've already sprayed something on your plants or used the preventative, which could end up harming the beneficial mites. Okay. So, I think that's about it. So once again, the 4 R's are: be realistic, do your research, respect the fact that some plants need certain conditions, and try your best to develop a routine in caring for your plants and being consistent. Now, what will be the results of all your hard work? Your plants are going to thrive. And at the end of the day, y'all, is that not what we all want? Don't we want our plants to thrive and be happy and look beautiful and vibrant? And that's how you know your plants are thriving. They're growing, they're sizing up, their colors are vibrant as they should be. They're producing consistent new growth. They're not as pest prone. That's how you know that your plants are thriving. But you know what? I can show you better than tell you. Okay, so here we go. Okay, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. Um, I really want more people to enjoy um, plants. And if I can do anything to make it easier for anyone, I'm all for it. So I hope that you were able to take something useful from this video. And if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you. And also check me out on Instagram. Okay? So, once again, y'all, realistic, do your research, respect, and routine. Okay? All right. You all take care, and until the next video, hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.